Alright, tonight I had a request to show the angle that I use for the indirect. And I'm going to try and do that. It's kind of hard because it's difficult to see. But if this is the piece of flint, this is the tip of my indirect. What I do, if I need a short flake, I place it straight on and I hit straight down. I always hit straight down. If I need a longer flake, I tilt the piece to the varying degree. With the indirect, once you learn how to do it, even if this is clear up here and I'm flaking down, you can go above center line. Turn it like this, and when you turn it, notice if you imagine this was a big piece of rock, then your center line's up here. So it really doesn't, to me, I know I'm gonna, people are gonna be like, oh no, he's saying ignore center line. You don't have to. Now, the important thing is your platform. If it has to be thick enough for the flake you want to take. If you want to take a 1/4 inch flake, say I wanted to flake this piece clear over here. I would have to chop this much back, and this edge would need to be 1/4 inch thick. And then this slant would be like that, and I would put my flaker on there, and I would tilt this just a little bit and whack it. So if you notice, I'm not really driving in. I'm not trying to drive in. I'm peeling down. That's how you keep from getting incipients and bulbs, and you always want to be peeling down. I use a real steep platform. Like my platform, if this was the piece of flint and this is the edge, I like to have that platform like this. And with the indirect, I can grab that flake and peel it off versus smash it off. I hope that makes sense. And with that being said, we're going to pause and we're going to go to tonight's video, and we're going to work a little piece of flint, and we're going to do it with this. For guys that don't have the ability, or if you're like me and you just don't have a lot of money, this is a 12-inch common nail from Menards. I got a 4-pack for $2.85. We're going to show some of its features tonight and how I use it. I did a little practice with it yesterday, so I didn't come into this green. This nail end has a very good use, and this pointy end has a very good use. So, with that being said, we're going to start the show. I almost always wear a glove on my holding hand. These little orange gloves give pretty good grip. They're cheap, $4 or $5 a set. When they wear out, it's not too terrible to buy another one. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I got this piece of raw flint. And if you look at it, this will explain my platforms. This would be the bottom. This would be the platform. And I would take the flakes off of there. And if you look here, if you look at it this way, this is a platform for me. Here's the ridge. See, if I wanted to take this ridge off, I could hit right there because it's really close to 90, but it is angled this way some. And with this nail on the pointy end, I think I can drive a flake off of there. And we're going to both try it. I haven't tried a piece like this. This is raw Flint Ridge, about as tough as it gets. We'll see what happens. It may not work. I don't know. You don't know unless you try. You can't go by what somebody tells you. And even if you do, it's just a piece of rock. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to use the bulby end. Now, that's my angle I'm holding. If that helps. That's my angle I'm going to hold, and I'm going to try and run a flake down here that curves in and takes a good bit of this hump off. Yeah, it took some, but this is tough, Flint. This is tough. No joke. But that's how I would do that. And let's try with the pointy end and see if we do any better. The pointy end's going to concentrate our force. And yeah, that might be asking just a little bit too much. Let's try with my old standby. Same piece, same place. The camera's got to move a little bit. Okay, you can still see. See, the copper worked pretty good. Drove that off. And this is raw. It's got some nice color to it. Yeah. I probably should cook that first. And it would make some pretty interesting looking stuff. So we're not going to work that piece. We're going to use the iron. And I need to find my little bopper. I need to put my glasses on. Yeah, I could blame it on not having my glasses. I'll file this tip. Now, this is a good way to show you my pressure flaker too. I make my pressure flaker like this. I put four flats, just like a nail. And just like this nail, I don't have a little needle point on there. When I do the pressure flaking, I put that flat, I hold the piece. It's kind of hard to do this. I hold the piece, I put the flat on there, and I push my arms together, and then when I want to take it off, I pop my wrist, and it'll pop right off, pry it off. I do what I call prying. That's what I try to do. Pry the flakes off. Unless I'm doing indirect, but that's still prying. Still prying them off. Okay, let's pick a piece. Here's a nice little piece of raw Flint Ridge. We're going to go to work on it. Now you can see the angle of this. That's how my flaker is. Because the first thing I want to do is trim this back a little. Put a little short flakes here so that I can drive in and clear this mess off. So first I need some short flakes to get the platforms, and the platform is almost just like this angle. See, and if you've got tough rock that won't cook, I think steel is a good option for you. Still getting used to this nail, and I got my shorts on. Napping in shorts, wearing a jacket in the winter. Try and turn things for better views. Okay. So now you can see I flaked a few flakes there. And I'll take my abrader. And got a little bit of a hump even on this side, so right here on this end I got an angly flat. I'll hold that just about level. See there? The flake, the platform was here. You can see the angle. And my flaker was level and then just slightly angled down. Just barely angled down. And when I hit it, I didn't hit in, notice. I peeled down and the flake peeled off. Right down the ridge. We'll try and send another one right beside it. Now this is light and fast, because you need this flake to come off before it knows what's going on. See, another one right beside it. Got a paper thin flake, no big bulb, tiny little bulb of percussion right there. Okay. Looks like we exhausted that, but we got this side pretty much straightened out. So now we're going to come. See this crack? This is all. If I do something different, I will try to explain. Let me try and get down. I'm new at this, and I'm trying to make videos so everybody can see how I nap, and maybe it'll help them. Maybe it won't. I don't pretend to know everything. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this, where this seam, see this seam? I'm just going to go ahead and see if that's going to come apart. Now this is tough flint. If you can make a point out of this, it will stay. You could shoot it multiple times, as long as you don't hit a brick or something. You'll be good. Now I've got a whole row of platform there. See? See my angle? I think my camera's shading me out.